Welcome in, guys, to a preview every single NFL team for the upcoming 2023 season. We're back and we're in the NFC South today, talking about the Atlanta Falcons for the upcoming 2023 season. And I look at the Falcons last year, first time in 15 years that they don't have Matt Ryan they didn't have Matt Ryan as a starting quarterback. They had to go in the draft. They had to go for a quarterback. And I'm like, you go for Desmond Ridder. I'm like, I don't think I mean, it's a weak quarterback class. I understand it was a weak quarterback class, but you couldn't wait a year to get another quarterback. Like you like jumped the gun and went, shit, we need to get fucking a quarterback now. Like, we're not winning 2024. Like, we could have got somebody in free agency, like, anybody in the free agency that could do a job just for a year, and Geno Smith could have been a great example. Like, he was a free agent. He could have been a great addition. If you got Geno Smith from Seattle, he would have been a great addition to this Falcons team, because he was doing great in Seattle last year. If you got him for a year and you waited till this draft, because you look at the draft class we have this year, I know we got a lot of old-headed quarterbacks like your Stetson Bennett's and the Hendon Hookers of the world, but you would have had a better option of seeing who really you want to have as the face of your franchise. So you've got your Anthony Richardsons of the world. You had C.J. Strauss, Bryce Young, Will Levis. Like, they're the stars of you in the second round, that you could have gone for and say, oh, like, imagine if, like, especially from the Falcons front office, and I'm like, shit, if one of these guys like an Anthony Richardson actually becomes the dude, then I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? What the hell was I fucking thinking? Why the fuck did we not go for an intuition? We could have gone up a couple of places. We could have gone and got Will Levis early on. Like, we let him go to fucking the Colts in the second round. We could have gone, shit, that could have been great for us. That could have been our guy, and then he could have progressed. If we build around him, he could have been fucking great, and then we could build something good in Atlanta. You know what I mean? But you go for Desmond Ridder a year before. You're not really convinced on it. The front office don't really rate him that well, because he only played about, like, was it 2 or 3 games? He didn't play many games, maybe 3 or 4. And he was behind Marcus Mariota majority of the season. He played 4 games, and then that was it. So in this draft, I think it was an underwhelming draft, especially because you could have done so much better in this draft. Look, especially in the quarterback position. Like, the most important thing is the quarterback position. You fucked that up. Come on. But you go for B.J. Robinson, which I said, if you guys remember from my old scouting report I did months ago, February, March, whenever the fuck it was when I started doing these mock draft months ago, I said I predicted B.J. Robinson would be perfect in Atlanta. And they got him first round pick, B.J. Robinson, running back from Texas A&M, from Texas. He again, he's a great talent, fantastic. I've talked about him on the channel before. I'm not going to go into depth about him, because again, it's not about him. It's about the Falcons. But yeah, I've talked about him. I'm a fan of him. I'm excited to see him in the NFL. It's a great pick by the Falcons. But I'm like, shit, you could have gone trade up a place. I'm like, shit, if we got Will Levis, and then we go for B.J. Robinson, if he comes on the board, like, shit, we've got like a quarterback and we've got a running back as well. Yes, that's great. But it is what it is, and they didn't go for it. They're like, we're going for Desmond Ridder for a year. Yeah, let's see how that works out. Then they go for Matthew Bergeron. Yeah, Matthew Bergeron, offensive tackle from Syracuse. Offensive tackle. He looks pretty good. I've seen little clips of him here and there. I haven't seen a lot of him, but still have seen he looks pretty good. I think he'll be a good protection for Desmond Ridder. Zach Harrison, edge, from Ohio State. Again, he's from from the edge rushing class that kind of gets forgotten about, because you look at the bigger names, like you look at also Will Anderson, Isaiah Foskey, and the other guys that are in this edge rushing class. But again, you look at Zach Harrison from Ohio State. He looks a good talent, a good raw talent. He could be one of those in a couple of years, a good hidden gem. Like, damn, the Falcons front office actually did a fucking good job here, and they got somebody like Zach Harrison. I'm really interested to see how he does in Atlanta. Then Clark Phillips the third, quarterback from Utah. Yeah, from Utah. He looks good cornerback. You've got a cornerback class. He looks like another great talent that you could see in a couple of years. Say, man, like this was a good selection here because he does look good. I know there's a couple of errors in his game, like most of these guys that play at the college level. But again, he's going to get better with time. But I think he's a good talent. Clark Phillips from Utah. Then you look at DeMarcco Hellams, defensive. He's a safety slash defensive back from Alabama. He's a good talent as well. I don't know if he'll probably get a couple of cameos this year in his debut year, but he's pretty good. Then we have the last pick here. Gwyn Gwyn from South Carolina. He's a safety and slash defensive back from South Carolina. In the free agencies, you got Taylor Heineke, he's a quarterback. You have, Taylor Heineke has come in. You've got David Ogomez has come in. You got Mac Hollis, a wide receiver from the Raiders. So again, it's okay addition, I guess. Jesse Bates the third. Jesse Batings has come in. And then you look at the head coach, Arthur Smith. He's been in the job 3 years now. If he doesn't get this Atlanta team to at least... I mean, you look at this NFC South. It's not the best division. At least you should be getting challenging for the first place in the division. Like, with this NFC South. It's a bad division. Especially when you look at the Carolina Panthers, how they've invested. And they've got themselves a quarterback. This offseason they got Frank and doing great stuff in Carolina. This Falcons team, what the fuck are they doing? I don't get what the fuck they're doing. And if Arthur Smith has a bad run, he should be the first to get fired in the NFL.